national park has the 5 volcanoes where there are over 750 mountain gorillas. Just 30 years ago, there were only 200 mountain gorillas. It shows what appropriate conservation can do. Parker's the chief park warden for the overall park. And how big is the park?
16,000 hectares.
16,000 hectares. Rwanda is the most densely populated country in the world. And what you see is humans living side by side with gorillas. And the challenges of the commingling and intermingling falls into your lap.
Yes.
Well, thank you for your work. Tell us again about the value. Once you give the gorillas value, what happens? What does that do to the community?
This is what we've seen, because our tourism, we're actually doing tourism for conservation. And that's why for everything that we do, for every tourist dollar that comes in, we must make sure that it's going back to the community. 5% of the revenue is going back. We've already set up projects that can give them schools. We believe in education, because everything that we're trying to do is make sure that we have things that will make it sustainable.
When Tom and I go back, and we go back with our delegation and talk to the American people, and we see the tremendous work that you have done in terms of conservation, in terms of opening people's eyes to Rwanda, what is the message that we should take back with us?
I think the biggest message is that we in Rwanda feel that it's got to be a partnership. Your visit like this one happens in Rwanda. You're dealing with the perception issue. You're really opening up Rwanda, showing what Rwanda is. And that's why for us in Rwanda, we're so excited about tourism, because it has a multiplier effect. One tourist creates 7 jobs. Stimulates other investment, and that is really why we think that it trickles down to the local person.
And that we need that basic training, and that's as important as anything else if you really want to lift people into better jobs and fighting poverty. And looking at poverty, and what better way to do that than tourism and economic development and pulling people out.
And thank you for choosing Rwanda.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's a very special place, and you made it that way. But thank you. Thank you. People said, why tourism? Good governance. She said, we could not do it without a president who basically said tourism and economic development and pulling people out of poverty go hand in hand. In terms of the potential, what have we learned so far in terms of opening up opportunity built on the past? I think you said it today in terms of looking backward, but in truth, by looking backward, you're looking forward.
It requires incredible political leadership to make it work. But what they've done is to know that they've had this horror in their past. But rather than dwell on it, they're saying, we don't ever want to go back there again. How do we avoid it? We look to the future. And only because of that strong leadership that puts a vision in front of the people of Rwanda are they able to say, what's ahead of me is better than looking and seeing what's behind me. And that's, I think, an incredible lesson, not just for Rwanda. It's a lesson for the world.
Yeah, that was so, I told that story to more people.
For partnership and friendship that we...
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the chance to come by and look forward to visiting. It's great to see you again.
When we invest in the lives of people that live halfway around the world, this isn't money thrown away. This is money that has a peace dividend, because if people think of Americans as the people who provided a mosquito net over them, that gave them just a little bit of microeconomic assistance to go from barely feeding their families to taking their kids to school, it's the kind of thing that brings U.S.-world relationships to a level where we're not fighting everybody in the world, we're partnering with people in the world. Nobody loses, everybody wins.
Good governance, investing in people, and then economic growth. Thank you, Mike.